Yes, with Dave.
Hi, evening everybody, and welcome back to MCC UK. Sorry we weren't on last week, but people were at work and had other things to do, so we decided to cancel the show. Wouldn't have been enough to come on to make a show, so that's why we're missing last week. So, but we're back tonight. So how is everybody doing?
Okay, just fanning myself.
I've got my big one on behind me.
Well, she's
Yeah,
not
too
bad.
bad.
Got the blinds closed and the windows open, so that keeps us sort of nice and cool.
I can't have my window open. One, there's a dog that you might hear, and two, it keeps on opening my door. Which, yeah. So
okay then. Anybody like to start the chat?
I'll start it.
Cameras down.
I'll start it. So first in tonight, we've got Steve131 who says, evening all. Good evening, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And then we've got Gillian Dotz who says, good evening, Dave. And then he says, good evening, Mark. Good evening, Gillian. Says, good evening to Steve131. A good evening to Horlixs.
Good evening, Gillian.
A good evening to DS Models. We're hoping will join us about 8 o'clock. We've got Dale Mac 3D in who says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dale.
Hi, Dale.
Then we've got Athel in who says, evening, Gillian, and the usual culprits both in chat and on panel. So good evening, Athel.
Hi, Athel.
We've got D Harrison who says, evening, Mark, Geordie, and Alex. Good evening, D.
Hi, D.
And then D says, at Steve131, evening, sir. And then says, evening at Gillian Dotz. Athel says, fanning yourself, Mark. You're complaining about the heat wave, ? It's just so hot. It can get really hot in here. Gillian Dotz says, good evening, Athel. D Harris says, at Dale Mac 3D, good evening. Dale says, hi to D. Athel says, hi to Dale. Mark's Hobbies says, hi, one and all. Hi, Mark's Hobbies.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
D Harris says, evening, Athel. Athel says, hello, D. D says, at Mark's Hobbies, evening. And Mark's Hobbies says, hi, D. And that is chat. Well, hang on. One come in. Dale Mac says, howdy, Athel.
Another one coming in.
And Athel says, hi, Mark's Hobbies. Oh, D Harris says, Mark, it's to get a lot warmer over the next couple of days. Don't I know it?
Yeah, don't know it. All right, we'll go cameras down and I'll go around and see what we're doing.
Are you going to behave? That's the question. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, I'll go to Mark first.
Okay. So if you saw my enterprise video today, I have a slight problem with this. And that is, hang on, let me just turn this lamp up above. if you can see there, right at the bottom, just down there, it's got absolutely terrible light leak. So I'm going to be trying to fix that on tonight's show. And then if I've got any time left, I've got some more masking to do on these for the Enterprise D. So the warp nacelles. So that's what I'll be doing.
Okay. I'm going to put a Horlixs.
So yeah, I'm just doing some more on the, well, a little bit on the train. Doing the tender at the back. So yeah, it's come out really well. That's all glued together now and it's solid. But yeah, I can't stress it. Like Mark found it, and for £3.29, you really cannot go wrong with this. It's weeks of work.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a nice kit. So yeah, it's going to be working a little bit more on there, but it's come out really nice.
Yeah, I've got to look for something else to do because I think I'll have this finished tonight. Yeah, going to myself. Yep, I've got this finished. I think I'll be finished tonight. Not much more to do. Just the views and the underneath. So, and then I'm going to have to look for something else for next week. I might have a look at the wooden models and get something. So, so that's me. So I'll go back to it all. Yep, really. Did everybody? Well, did you have a good Father's Day?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Everybody in the chat have good Father's Days, those who are fathers, and
I got, because one of my favourite drinks is crnr. So my son's got me a glass.
yeah,
Nice.
I've got a spade for the. Not just an ordinary spade. If anybody watches me Lockman videos, you'll see it. It's you might have seen it. It's from GML. It's got this sort of. It's the one that's supposed to cut through roots. But I'll be doing a video on when I'm down the allotment tomorrow, so I'll probably show the spade on that video. What I got, and I got socks.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with socks.
Yeah, but mine's got stuff written on Super Dad and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, novelty.
Okay, where am I up to?
Okay, so catch up with chat. Mark's Hobby says hi, Athel. We've got Kit Bash Carnage in who says drive by, hope all well. Hi, Kit Bash, welcome.
Hi, Kit Bash.
I could bash.
Athel says evening, Horlicks and Geordie Dave.
Hi, Ethel.
D. Harris says at Kit Bash Carnage, good evening. Athel says Space Wolf Army box set and combat team both arrived today, so plans are afoot for this year. Dale Mack says socks and pants all day long, LOL. And then Athel says, I'm not a dad, as far as I know. Least no one has come forth and called me daddy. Don't you always see that? You see him on Facebook, don't you? Always on the run up to Father's Day and always on the run up to Christmas. Say a picture of some boxes with a zillion holes in, saying, "Hold on, lads, the Christmas is round the corner."
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Ian Campbell in who says, hi all. Good evening, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Did you go see your dad, Horlixs?
No, he doesn't like doing stuff like that. I obviously rang him and stuff, and
Yeah.
he was just like, "Nah, it's just another day." But yeah, he's all right though.
I don't really, well, I have a stepdad, but I don't really ring him or send him a card on Christmas Day, so on Father's Day, so. Athol says hi to Ian. Ian says, trust you guys are well. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, I've been better.
D. Harris says, evening, Mr. C. Ian says, hiya, D. And Athol says, Mark, at least the UK is not the same state as Europe. Wildfires galore with temps reaching plus 38 degrees C. Well, around where I am, Athol, we get what you call the moorland fires. So people that are going up onto Saddleworth Moor and Marsden Moor and setting fire to them.
Mm.
Because they're idiots. Is a blunt way of putting it. I mean, some people set them on fire with disposable barbecues. I mean, who in their right mind would go onto Saddleworth Moor and have a barbecue?
Well, yeah, it happens though, doesn't it?
Well, not that moor. That's one of the last places you'd want to go have a barbecue. Ian Campbell says, not so long now, Alex. Tickets all booked. Looking forward to catch up with you and James and singing along to some songs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Ian.
Dale Mack says, plenty of plonkers about Mark. Just up your way, yeah. Not just up your way. We've got Dave Mac Builds in who says, good evening, Geordie, Horlixs and Mark, and all in chat. Good evening, Dave Mac.
Hi, dear Mum.
Hi, Dave.
Ian Campbell says, hi, Dave Mac. D. Harris says, at Dave Mac Builds, evening, sir. Dave Mac Builds says, evening, Ian. And Dave Mac Builds says, hi, D.
Mm.
And Dave Mac Builds says, evening, Dave Mac Builds says, evening, Ian. And Dave Mac Builds says, hi, D. 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 And Dave Mac Bu The Saddleworth moor is the Moors murders. So that's why nobody in their right mind would go and have a barbecue up there. Well, unless you were, I don't know, satanic or something.
Right.
Right, let's see if this is help.
Yeah, it's not long till Ian comes down. I just hope I'm a bit better. I'll be all right, but just be a slow walk. I'll have to leave an hour earlier. Where are you staying? Are you going to the same place you were last time, Ian? You joke, Ian. I said that. It's my 40th now. I've just had my 39th. And it's my 40th next year. And I already said to my best mate, I said, can you have a whip round? Because I'm going to need a Zimmer by next year. It's just ridiculous.
I know how you feel though, Alex. I know how I felt when I was diagnosed with arthritis.
Yeah.
At 40.
It's just like, I'm too young for all that. But it is what it is. I hopefully it'll sort itself out. But if not, I'll get used to it, I'm sure.
I don't think the profession you're in helps.
No.
But work is work, I suppose.
Yeah, that's my back, Ian. Well, I've got crushed discs. L3 and something else. Can't remember the exact write-up. So it started off okay. I just had some, well, no, it wasn't. I had bad back pain, numb leg, and it's shifted now. Now I've got unbelievable pain in my left leg. So much so that I'm surprised I've not fallen over yet, because there's always been something to hang on to. I think it's the sciatic nerve, and it's honestly, I went to the physio the other day. I mean, they're not much help at the moment, but they were like, "What's the pain out of 10?" I said 15. I said it's unbearable when it goes like, so I can't sit long in the chair or anything. I have to keep moving. But they did offer me, as I was saying to these earlier, they offered me a epidural the other day. Well, to book in for one, but I declined there and then because I didn't want a temporary fix. I want, physio and that, and I don't fancy a needle in my back.
Well, at least you won't see it.
Yeah, it is basically a trapped nerve. So it's really strange. And so I have this horrendous pain in my left leg, but then on the slightly better days, that disappears, and then the original symptom on the right leg comes back. So it's either one or the other, just because of the crushed disc. I never get away from both.
Chris said, do you want to catch up with chat, Alex?
Yeah.
I did star it.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Yeah. Right. So yeah, Ian says here, I'll get a wheelchair for you, or maybe you prefer a Zimmer. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. A different place on the far east reaches of the front, a B&B. So we'll meet you somewhere for a pre-drink. So that might be nearer me then, Ian. I think. You'll have to ping me a message with where you're going, and I'll see where it is and relative to me. Because if it's more my end, there's a few B&Bs just at the bottom of my road, so we can walk up. Dave Mack says, I've already got a Zimmer on standby. Ian says, we can meet up in the Cavendish, perhaps we'll get that sorted. Ian says, what is it, your bat? Yep. Quite so sorry to hear that. Trap nerve, perhaps. Yeah. Mine is L5 and the S1 disc that's crumbling, and the rest in the area following suit. And then Ian says, yes, we'll let you know. Yeah. I don't even know where my forms are. I think it's L3 and L5 or L3 and S something or other in the report. Because I had an MRI scan. D says, Alex, the steroid injection in the spine does help some. Didn't help me after three doses. Lay watching it on the monitors while they'd done it. Brilliant. Right. I didn't want a temporary fix. That was my issue. Because I don't want to mask it and then it come back. But we'll see. May come to it. Okay, so now I've got to put this on.
A little bit on that side, but it is a lot better than it was.
Yeah, because if you're the east of where we were, Ian, you might be nearer the Glass House, which is a brand new restaurant that's opened up there. And it looks amazing. I've not been in there yet, but apparently it's really nice.
Ian says, right, chaps, gotta go and play some snooker. We'll jump back on soon. Okay, night, Ian. Have fun.
Good night.
D says, see you later, Ian. Dave Bill says, take care, Ian. And Ian says, that sounds familiar, the Glass House, just near it, I think.
Yeah, in that case, you're literally 5 minutes from my house. because I'm just at the end of the road of that, really. So yeah, cool. Hopefully it'll be a bit better weather for you, because I remember last time we come down, I think it weren't the best weather, was it, for you, unfortunately? But it's always like that, isn't it? It's like my birthday, we went to Fort Park, and last weekend, the weekend before, whenever it was, and the forecast was due rain, and I was like, oh great. And I had to leave the house at like 7:15 to go and pick everyone up and stuff. And then we were on the M25, and it absolutely hammered. It was torrential, absolutely torrential. I thought, great, we're going to get soaked. But someone must have been looking over me, because when we got there was a break in the clouds, and it was glorious all day. And it was supposed to be raining.
Yeah, that was a Friday that Oliver gashed his leg open.
That's right, yeah.
We ended up waiting 2 hours for an ambulance.
God.
To be fair, though, when he got up to the hospital, they were pretty quick in getting him seen and sorted. Dee says, how's your son doing? Matt, he's doing a lot better. He's had his stitches out yesterday, which has enabled him to move around a lot more. Now he's walking a lot better because he couldn't walk on it. So, yeah, he's a lot better. Getting back to his old self. Not something I want to see again, trust me.
I treated myself for my birthday.
What did you get?
It was a bit naughty.
Ah.
The new Switch. It's actually really good. I love Mario Kart. Although there's a bit of it's a new console launch, so there is some problems with it. I'm waiting for an update for it. And finally, oh sorry, go on.
D Harris just says good to hear.
And finally, I've just snapped the tooling off. I was sat down with Dean the other day, and we were planning our holiday to Florida, Orlando. So we're looking at potentially going in 2027. It's quite a long way off, but you know it needs saving for. So
Can't remember the last time we went on a holiday.
I mean, if you're brave enough, you can do them ones. I can't remember what the app's called. There's an app. You put in your budget. So, like, I don't know, 100 quid. And it will automatically generate you a random holiday.
Mm.
And then you go on it. But it just terrifies me because we'll probably end up somewhere that's
Some Pontins camp or something.
yeah.
Even though a lot of them have closed down now.
Yeah, there's oh, who is it? There's a YouTuber, Walk With Me Tim. You might have heard of him. He does a lot of reviews on places. And he came and did Eastbourne a little while ago, did the Grand Hotel and that. And yeah, he was going around staying in all the Pontins. Oh, it was horrible. Couldn't think of anything worse. I think they've all shut down now, haven't they? But they just weren't maintained. There was nothing to do there. Like, all the kids' playgrounds were just overgrown with weeds and.
We went to one. We went to Southport Pontins when Jack was a toddler, before even Oliver was born, and honestly, it was horrible. I mean, all there was to do was either go swimming, gamble, get drunk, or play bingo.
Yeah.
That's all there was to do there. And the swimming pool wasn't that great.
Well, I'm down for the bingo.
Well, I don't gamble.
See,
Mark's Hobby says I'm going to Butlins next week. Now, Butlins I will go to because there's tons to do there.
sorry, not Butlins. Bingo's a funny one for me because, yes, it's gambling, but I don't feel it is proper gambling because my reason behind it, if you go on a fruit machine or poker or anything like that, roulette, you can sit there and just keep pumping money into it. Oh yeah, I'll have another go. Just have another go. Have another go. With bingo, you pay once and that's it. You can't pump any more money into it because you've bought your tickets. You either win or you don't, and that's the way I see it.
You see, I was never attracted to fruit machines or anything like that. They never fascinated me.
I had a massive issue when I was younger. Me and my mum used to go in all the time, but I cured myself because I bought a fruit machine for the house. And don't really touch them anymore because I got bored of it.
Right, I'll just be back in a sec.
Yeah, I do like. I can't remember the last time I went to Butlins. I took my blind mate Dean. We went. It was good. It was actually a good blast. We went to Bognor. I've not been to the other ones because Bognor's our nearest one, really. But yeah, it's always good fun. But I've always been on a normal Butlins trip. Oh, sorry. But I'd like to do one of like the weekenders, the adult weekenders. They're not in this state. I can't. Actually, I could because it seems to help. You've had a few drinks. Takes your pain away, doesn't it? Oh, you've been called free.
Sorry about that. Cat wanted to go out.
Yeah, no, I've only done Bogner. I think we went. Oh, I can't remember the other one. Begins with S, I think.
We did Southport, the original Butlins.
What other ones are there? I can't remember. You got Bogner Regis,
Minehead, and Southport.
Oh, Minehead. Yeah, I went to Minehead, but not as a holiday there. We were there anyway. We were along the seafront doing something, and we just popped in there, just to the fairground bit. But we didn't actually stay there as such, like as a Butlins holiday. But I have been there and seen some of it.
Oh yeah, sorry, Mark's hobby, Skegness. That's one we went to, not Southport.
Oh yeah,
Southport.
that's it.
Southport is the Pontins we went to.
That's it, Skegness.
Minehead and Bogner.
Minehead and Bogner, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Minehead one a long time ago.
Minehead one is their what they call their flagship one.
Long time ago.
Is that when you could leave the children in the room, Geordie, and then you'd get a message come up on a screen to say if there's been
No, because I was a child then, so I think I was only about 11 or 12. God, this is proving a nightmare. Just to get that to look like that.
Sorry, I'm just taking a photo of this on my phone so I know which ones are light leaking the worst now. It has cured it a bit, but it's not 100%. No, that should do it. So let's catch up on this chat. So, oh yeah, Matt's hobby says I'm going to Butlins next week. So he says he's been to all three, and then says Skegness. That could be Dave.
Oh, sure, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
No problem.
You're never late, Dave. Never late.
Oh, that's good to hear. Right, so, oh, blimey. What am I going to do?
And how are you doing? And how are you doing today?
God blimey, how am I doing? That's the question. How am I doing? Not very well. I'm not coping very well today, to be honest. So I've had better days, put it that way.
Yeah.
But I made a strong start. What's happened there? Am I still here?
Yeah.
What's happened? Am I still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a strong stuff, you know. I'm from Yorkshire, so and you grit your teeth and you carry on, and all that malarkey. And I seem as though I've been gritting my teeth and carrying on ever since I was born. So anyway, I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to do anything else other than model, like you guys are. And hello to everybody in the chat. So I know that some people have said evening today. Yeah, good evening and welcome and hello. And yes, I'm carrying on with this thing. So I'm not very happy with it. So, but I'm carrying on with it. Just take the test.
What's what you're not happy with? Just
Just
it looks
the
really good, Dave.
I know it looks pretty good apart from some painting. I'm just not very happy with the back handrail because it's not worked out as the best, but I think it'll be all right. I'm not happy with the handrails in general, but I think they'll be all right. My super glue's a bit funny, is my super glue, but it could be down to its age, like me. But yeah, we're getting there. I must admit that I don't always read the instructions because sometimes I think the instructions are for novices.
They do sometimes overcomplicate things, don't they?
Yeah, and I really want to make this model my own, not 100% right on what it is on there. So this is one of the reasons why I've made this handrail round instead of square, which also means that I'm going to be remaking what it
Let's put you on big, Dave.
Instruction.
Let's put you on big.
Go on then.
There we go.
Okay, so this handrail comes round in a half circle, but it's supposed to come round sort of square, and I don't think it looks right square, and so I'm going to make it into like a circle. So it generally follows the staircase, the curve of the staircase, and that's what they used to do. They used to follow the curve of the staircase. Can't talk now. So, so anyway, my glue wasn't holding last time I tried to do a bit. Anyway, I got it to glue, and so I'm going to make it my own. I'm going to put the center bit in, and then I'm going to put one of the advertising panels on. Should have 3 advertising panels on, but I think I can only fit 1 on. So, and that's because I've made it round and not square. And as I say, I think the staircase should look round like the staircase. So I'm going to try and make it my own a little bit. A bit of poetic license, if you like. A bit of modeling, yeah, artistry, if that's a word. If you know what I mean.
Artistry. Well, yeah, I guess it is. It's a bit like a rotisserie, isn't it?
Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So,
Max Hobbies has put a thumbs up. Thank you, Max Hobbies.
Hey,
Danno Builds says evening to Dave.
Hi, David.
D. Harris says evening to Dave. How's Chris doing?
Yeah, she's doing pretty well. She up to now, we're keeping sort of fingers crossed that her operation has been successful. She's still in the recovery stage, so but yeah, keep everything crossed if you can for the next 5 weeks or so. You know, and then hopefully she'll be okay that way from that operation. Was there any more, Mac?
Yeah, and Athol says evening Dave at DS Models.
Hi, Athol. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And yeah, I suppose I'm in a way looking for some time for myself as well, because I've not had a lot of time for myself. And is that selfish? But no, well, I don't think it's selfish, but it's just
no, it's not selfish, Dave. You know, you are a carer at the end of the day, and carers need a break too.
One thing we all need to think of ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. It's I do get a lot of pleasure out of modelling. I've got to admit that, and I do get a lot of pleasure out of messing around with my old vehicles, and I've not had a lot of chance to do either really over the last couple of months or so. But seeing as it's nice weather the next few days, I do plan on taking Christine out for half an hour tomorrow and an hour the next day, if she's up to it. Just a little ride round, which she's not had for a long time now. So
Change of scenery.
yeah, change of scenery other than hospital visits and what have you, doctor's appointments and continual blood tests and goodness knows what. So yeah, change of scenery. Might go out for an ice cream or something, or
It sounds nice.
I'd like to get Matilda out as well, but I don't know whether I'll be able to do that or not, but we'll see. We'll see. It's got some nice weather in the next few days, 4 days, 5 days. So I've got plenty of scope to do that.
I hope it stays like this year of the month. I'm going to go to Chesley Street Steam Rallies on at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's coming up, isn't it, Dave? I saw that advertised locally to me. I saw it advertised on Facebook.
I'm hoping weather's nice on Saturday because me and Jack are going to Huddersfield Comic Con again.
Oh yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
You see, this is one of the reasons why I do like summer more than anything else, and that is because there's lots of things happening, isn't there, that you can actually get involved with.
Yeah.
If if you've got the time. And I haven't been out to an event for such a long time now. I think the last one we went to was September 2023. When we went to the Santoff Trolleybus Museum, and we took Matilda there. Santoff 2023, I think it was, in the September. I think that's the last time we actually went to a show. So that's a long time ago. Is that stuck? Yes, it looks like it's stuck. Oh, that's good. I like coming on here. Makes my super glue work. Right. Okay. So on the destructions, we've got to cut out a bit of steel work, which we've done. And we've got to shape it. That should be interesting. I've actually got the window open today as well, because it's a bit warm.
I wish I could have mine open, but it causes my door to open.
Oh yeah. Is your door on the light catch or something?
I need to have a look at the catch. It's not catching the door to shut it properly.
Yeah.
You have to get the old chisel out.
Oh yeah. Just whack it with a hammer.
It works for some people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly do.
YouTubers. I mean, you can even defrost your freezer with a hammer.
Not recommended though.
No, but that was an inside joke. We've got Mark's Hobbies who says pack 2 of the RB19 is delayed already. I would not surprise me because of how quickly that build sold out. Bill says evening to Mark's Hobbies, and we've got Nick Barmer in who says evening all. Good evening, Nick. Welcome.
Hey, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Oh,
Nick,
Right.
who's do you know? I suppose you know Nick, do you? Is it Modz? Looks like a mod.
I think so. I think he's one of my patrons. Yes, he is.
Oh, some sirens.
Fire engine.
Somebody jumping in the sea.
I was flicking through some photos the other day and I came across a photo of the Eastbourne Bus Preservation Society 3 years ago, I think it was. I think I sent it to you, Horlixs, and it was like an advert of a show that was going off in Eastbourne, Eastbourne Running Day. And anyway, I deleted the photo because I thought, well, I've had it 3 years, I think it is. 2 years or 3 years. I think he was going to take your model bus there at one point.
Yeah, I'd still like to do something like that, but it's just I just don't know at the moment. My health's got other ideas.
Well, yeah, just doing it is a problem anyway, isn't it? It's
Right, chat. Mark's Hobby says hi, Dave Mac. Dave Mac Build says evening, Nick. And Mark's Hobby says hi, Nick.
Right. Well, I have a problem with this little call. All the way at the end, and there's a piece missing.
got a
Oh
problem.
no.
Whack.
No, I'm checking everything, and there's pieces. All the pieces are there. All the way at the end, and there's a piece missing. I can't put the wheels on.
Have you done your belly and bench yet?
No, we were waiting for you because you've always got something elaborate food wise.
Right, okay. So in my belly is a homemade salad. So it had everything in my homemade salad tonight. Absolutely everything. It was absolutely wonderful. So, and it was a pleasure to make Christine one as well, and she cleared a plate as well as I did. And the dog he actually enjoyed the ham slices as well. So yeah, that's in my belly. Beverage of choice is a cup of tea in my Rootmaster mug, my old Rootmaster mug. And on my bench is the 1/24 scale AEC B-type bus by Okra, and it's the wooden scale model, which I'm adapting to my own artistry. So that's me.
Myself, I had berries fruit salad tonight, so strawberries and grapes and stuff. Beverage is a coffee, and I'm trying to black out these window panels on the Enterprise D.
Oh.
Well, I had chicken tikka masala with rice. Then ice cream cone.
Chicken tikka masala. An ice cream cone, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, beverage.
Bottle of water.
Bottle of water. And on your bench is your camper van.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to finish.
Alex, what have you had?
Oh, so not a lot really. Belly, a couple of cocoa roll. Drink is an iced coffee.
Oh,
And I've got a model train on my desk.
yeah. Very good. Yeah, the wooden version, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, let's do some more chatting.
Yeah, just about on it. Athel says the city of Sochi is being flooded by 9-meter waves, tornadoes, and thunderstorms, demolishing Russian homes to zero. Airport is flooded and all aircraft grounded.
Oh, goodness me.
We've got Gina's Crafting says hi everyone on panel and in chatland. Hi Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Dave McBill says hi again, Gina. B. Harris says evening, Gina. And Athel says belly. Second night's hot pot leftovers with fried rice, washed down with apple juice and coffee.
Oh, very good. So last night we had a bit of a mixed mash tea. So I decided to do some mashed potatoes, which we hadn't had mashed potatoes for ages. Anyway, did mashed potatoes and I did a cabbage, which one of my neighbours had given me, which was wonderful. And then I had just a tin of steak, which was stewing steak, which was only the cheap, Princess or whatever you call it, stewing steak, and it was it just made like a little dinner. And I was surprised that, because it was easy to eat for Christine and what have you, it was quite filling, the mashed potato and the stewing steak and the cabbage.
I always do my stews with stewing steak in a can.
Yeah.
And I also always do meat and potato pies with a stewing steak can.
Yeah, with the Princess one or whatever it is, or others are available,
Yeah, so I won't do a stew without it, and also they do a really nice meat and potato pie if you do it that way.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
Well, it's really easy because you just use the gravy that's already in the meat and potato in the stewing steak.
Yeah.
Mix it with some potatoes and then put it in the pastry and you've got meat and potato pie.
Yeah. Bob's your uncle. I'm on the lookout for easier meals, really.
Dave, we're Yorkshire. We have to watch us pennies.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
See if it's a problem.
I used to have a friend who lived in the next big village from me, and he used to say, "Don't buy anything from F&B." We used to say, "Why? What's wrong with F&B?" And, them steak and kidney puddings and such like.
Frebentos.
Yeah, F&B. He used to call them. And he says, I used to go to the auctions, and he said everything that was old or really well past its date always went to F&B. So that was years ago.
Well, that reminds me. We did an online food shop order. That came on Saturday. We do one once a month, which is because we don't have a car. Not that I can't drive, I can.
Yeah.
But we don't have a car at the moment. So every month we do what I call a bulk food order, which is basically all the heavy things, like dog food, cat food.
Yeah.
Washing up liquid, juice, anything that's really heavy that we'd have to cart home from the supermarket.
Yeah.
And I put in there what we were going to have for Father's Day Sunday dinner, which was a gammon joint and roast potatoes and everything. What did they miss off the order that they couldn't supply? The gammon joint.
Oh, no.
Everything else they had apart from that one thing. And we found this out the Saturday. So on the Sunday morning, I went up to our local shops. I said, well, you know, if I can get some chicken or something, I can do something with that.
Yeah.
Nope, no chicken at all. And all they had was turkey bacon, which is obviously awful.
Yeah.
So that was in the first shop. That was the premiere. So I thought, right, we've got another shop round the corner. I'll walk to that one and see what they've got in there. Nope, not a thing. So I thought, right, well, I'll go and see if I can rescue this. Don't normally like doing it, but I'll see if there is a Frey Bentos pie in there.
Yeah.
And the only 2 Frey Bentos pies they had was chicken curry and steak and kidney. I don't like either.
Oh,
I don't like
curry. Well, chicken curry would have been all right.
Don't like. Well, my IBS has been playing up with me over the last couple of weeks, so anything like that is a bit of a no-no at the moment. Yeah. So we had to order some food in, and I thought, well, thank you, Sainsbury's, for completely cocking up a dinner.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So this week, we actually are going to the supermarket. I'm going to make sure I pick up a joint so we can have the Sunday dinner this Sunday that we were supposed to have last Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm trying to make life easier for myself, cooking-wise. And, you know, I'm managing. It's not so bad.
It just makes sense that we order the bulky stuff and that comes straight to us door.
Yeah.
So, like I said, pet food and stuff like that. You know, when you're carting 6 tins of dog food home every week, it really does. You know, reduces on the weight.
Absolutely.
So we do it once a month, and we know then we're fine. We know we've got enough pet food for a month.
Yeah.
Just a bit of chat. Athol says, hello, Gina. Ian Campbell's back. He says, hello again. I won. Well done,
Hi,
Ian. Ian Campbell says, hey, Sir Dave. And Ian Campbell says, hi to Athol.
Hello, Ian.
So, yeah, we had a bit of a disaster on the food front, but it was nothing, you know, the boys did or anything. You know, it was just,
yeah.
They didn't send us the main thing of a Sunday dinner, which is the meat that you have.
Yeah. We'll go that way. What's that way? Aha, right. Goodness me. Right, well, I'm still intending on doing the beer and buses when I get a chance. And I've got all the elements to do it now. I've got everything that I need. I had to get some beer in, and I had to get a glass in, which I didn't have, a Sam Smith glass and things like that. But I've got all the elements all together now to do it, so it's just a case of doing it. I really wanted to do it for the 4th of July, but the 4th of July I'm actually going to be busy, so I've actually got a hospital appointment on the 4th of July, so I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. I don't think so. I might do it on the 5th of July. And the 4th of July is a prominent date for the beer and buses. And of course it's to do with Schiller beer, so there's a lot of people out there that won't think, what on earth are you on about?
4th of July is Independence Day for America.
Yeah, that's for the Americans, but it's actually a very prominent day in England's transport history. is the 4th of July.
What am I going to get spare ports for this?
So it's got to be that way.
Bloody
Right.
one port missing.
Let's see if we can stick this. Maybe get them 2 centre ones first. See what we can do.
Yes, you're right, Dave. 4th of July.
Yeah. It's a very prominent date.
1829.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the Beer and Buses series that I'm going to be doing, or the special that I'm going to be doing, is going to be commemorating the 1829 George Shillibeer commemoration of 1829, 4th of July. But I'm also going to be commemorating Sam Smith's brewery as well. And it'll all come apparent when I do the special.
Dave Mack says, I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Up early again tomorrow. Been a great stream. Keep up the good work. Night all in chat. Good night, Dave Mack.
Good night, Dave Mack. Take care now. Are you at the berry market again tomorrow, Dave? I've been watching quite a few streams as well when I've been going to bed, and there's been a lot of streams that have come out recently that have been excellent streams of building models and such like. Lindsey and Dave Mack and yourself, Mark, and goodness me.
Oh, yeah, me and Lindsay did one yesterday evening.
Geordie Dave, of course. And
We have done these streams for a while.
no, it's your Nissan that I've been watching.
We'll catch up on that. All right, well.
E. Harry says, night, Dave Mack.
Night, Dave Mack. Well, I can't finish this. Port's missing.
You've got some parts missing, oh dear.
One port.
Oh no.
It's a vital port for putting the wheel on.
Is there an email address you can email them?
That's what I'm going to look. Searched all over and it's not there. Yes.
I'm having to hold this until it sets.
Oh, that's only if you want flipping our construction system pan packed from the.
It's worth if that's the only contact, it's worth emailing them and then just see. They might have another email to give you or contact.
Yeah, just give us a customer service at code of it. List the ports and along with the full. We can send you the missing pieces within 48 hours from a receptive email.
Oh, that's not so bad then. You'll have to do that then, Dave.
It's B2 that's missing.
Just a bit of a devil that you have to do that though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, hurry up and set. I feel like the little boy that's got his finger in the dike.
I suppose it got two of them only one. Oh.
Come on.
Put that in there.
I'm waiting on paint to dry.
I'm waiting on glue to dry, but I'm wondering if my fingers have set. My fingers might have set to this model yet. Let's have a look. No, it's not set. It's not set. So I'm going to have to use my other glue. Oh, well. We tried, didn't we?
All right, let's send an email off to them.
Right. My strong glue. Got to get into it. Let's have a look. Hey, slide from my tea and rest my fingers.
Okay then, peeps, that is going to have to be me, unfortunately, because I need to get out of this chair. But I have finished this, though.
Oh, hang on. Put you on big. There we go.
And it was an absolute delight. So we'd hook that on.
Yay.
Excellent. Wow.
For £3.29.
It's insane, isn't it?
You can't go wrong, can you?
The hatch opens up. You could store something in there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Goodness me.
So, yeah.
You could do with a bit of track to put it on, couldn't you?
Yeah. But no, really good.
Yeah, very very worthwhile doing, I think, Horlixs.
So the next one I've got is the car.
Yeah. Because it was Mark that found them, wasn't it, Mark? Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just come along with one the other stream, didn't he? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, really good. I could put a smoke generator in there and stuff, but I don't think I'm going to bother with all that.
Yeah, well.
It's one of them things. Are you actually going to use it?
Are you actually going to use it? Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. Really.
Be a shelf queen, though, wouldn't it?
Pardon?
Be a shelf queen.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll look good on the shelf.
But yeah, very good. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, so I've got the card to do next. So whether I'll do it straight away, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've just done this one, but I might see if there's anything else to do. But yeah, I've actually got to repair the Bedford because one of the windows popped out the other day. No, not the Bedford, the VW.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to glue a window back in.
Bit of chat before you go, Horlicks. We've got Todd in who says hello and good evening all. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Todd says nice wood build, Alex.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Harris says evening, Todd. And Nick Barman says Horlicks, that looks excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, it's literally you just can't go over it. Look, £3.29.
It's cheap modelling, is that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You also get quite a lot of spares to go with it as well.
Yeah, I've put mine in the bin because I've glued it all, but there is like, yeah, you get all the spare bits for the wheels, the pistons and all that, and like some of the bungs you get double of. And yeah, it's quite a bit. That hasn't got any spares on. That's got like some bits there. But this is all, and there's quite a few bits left on this one as well.
Mm. Yeah, Todd says those wood models are great fun and inexpensive too, relaxing even.
Yeah. You can get one of them CNC machine things, can't you, and make your own?
Yeah.
But I still want to do I'm still planning on doing a roller coaster. That I want to do. So, well, just like a train.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to hold this thing in place.
Here it is. I'll show you a picture of what I wanted to do. Move that onto that screen. You can see it. I think I've showed you this before, but I'll show you again. Why not? Just before I go. I want to do something like this. So it's all 3D printed with bolts and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you actually print the track that it sits on, like a section of track. It's just that's it. It's just like a little display model.
Looks cool, doesn't it?
So I'm clicking the wrong screen. So yeah, I'm looking at doing something like this. Because I obviously like my theme parks and roller coasters. I think it's pretty detailed. So, yeah, I want to do something like that. A good old B&M invert.
That reminds me of Nemesis.
Yeah.
That's it. Email sent off to them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you even get a bit of a manual, sort of, but it looks quite hard to see. But I'm sure I'll work it out. I need to get some nuts and bolts, but I think I've got a load of them from the tractor build. So it's going to be quite inexpensive, really. Yeah. So I think this is all resin printed, apart from the overhead track, but I don't have my FDM printer anymore.
No.
So I'll probably just do that in resin as well. Try and make it hollow somehow. I'm not quite sure how the software works for it yet, but I'll have a play and try and make this as hollow as possible, because I don't want it like, you know, solid, because it'll be terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then I've got too many ideas floating around in my head at the moment. You know, I've got, you know, this model railway shelf now I want to do, and
yeah.
Oh, you're going to put a model railway in your room?
well, yeah, we were talking about. Oh, I don't know, you weren't here, were you? I'm not sure if you were or not. We were talking about a shelf, just a shelf layout. So. Literally just a shelf.
It goes from one end to the other.
With just track from one end to the other, and maybe a couple of points, and then build it up like a small scale. And then I was talking to Mark about it. I'm going to code an Arduino, a bit like when you go to a museum and you push the button, and the train will do its thing, go along. Points will change, the train will reverse, do something, blow a horn, and then the train comes back to where it started. I want to do something like that with Arduino. So, and then it'll give me weeks and weeks of stuff to do, because it's just, you know, never finish it then. You know, you got to do the pointing and all the scenery, the little model huts I could scratch build. But miniature scale, you know. I was hoping for like this morning. Yeah, I was thinking of N-gauge, but I can't find any really sets that are N-gauge. They seem to be quite rare. You've got the T120.
I looked at it like Pico sets and stuff like that.
No, not yet.
Don't stick to like Hobie and all that. Look at Pico. They do engage.
Yeah.
Probably people in the chat might tell you other people know.
Engage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking it'd be cheaper for me just to buy the engine and then buy the track separately, because I only want a couple of lengths. Like, what do I need? 6 bits of straight and some points.
That was
Yeah.
supply.
Maybe a curve, and then I don't need a whole set as such.
Yeah.
Power supply.
Sorry.
Power supply.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to need one, am I? If I'm going to do it through Arduino, because that'll give the track power. I'm hoping.
Depends whether you're going to go DC or
it won't be. It'll just be normal, like because I'll just push a button and it'll do its thing.
Oh, right.
So it doesn't need to be digital or anything.
So you want coaches and wagons? Depends what you're going to have with coaches or goods. Or a mixture of both. One day you could have coaches on, another day you could have goods on.
Yeah, that's it.
I think the shelf railway I'm going to have is going to have goods on. I might even have 2 tracks, one with goods on and one with a carriage on or something.
Yeah.
You do a shelf railway, do you?
Pardon?
You think they're doing a shelf railway as well?
Yeah, in WO scale, yeah. And because I've got a lot of WO models, thinking of making it like a bit of a road scene as well at the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I've got mine planned as well for when we set one downstairs. We could do a train show.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea. Right, I could build one. I haven't got the room.
And what I might like to have a go at,
I'll build a suitcase one.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a go at the magnetised road. Maybe have a car or a lorry or something driving up, or a bus or something in the background coming back and forth.
Follow system or whatever you call it.
My next thing I'm looking into, I'm thinking of looking to go, because I've always been into CBs and all that. I'm thinking to go for my amateur license.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to do a automated airport.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Like have an aircraft rising as if it was taking off, and then have a second runway with one landing.
They got that in Germany, haven't they?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the museum, but they've got planes that come out and Miniature World or something, Miniature Land, or
I could do a steam railway running around my allotment.
But it'll be a lot of work, and it'll go on. It'll be like pretty much my last thing, really, and because it'll be years worth of work, on the same thing. So
yeah.
She'll just give me an idea. I'll do a steam one, run around the allotment with a camera, give people a good view through the vegetable pack.
Good idea, yeah.
But you can always amend it, and I think it'll be ideal because it'll bring so much to it, because it'll be the model railway part of it. It'll be modelling, building things. It'll be the scenery. It'll be a bit of Arduino work, a bit of coding. It'll be under everything.
Yeah.
We've got Lindsey's built in, who says, "Evening, everyone." Good evening, Lindsey.
Good evening, Lindsey.
Evening, Lindsey.
Hope you're all right, mate.
But yeah, on that note, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Thank you, everyone, for
no problem.
Nice comments on the train and that. And I just need to get out of this chair and have a walk around. I tend to have to pace around the garden with a cigarette because
Why you're not going to have 5 minutes break and come back?
Yeah. Because I'm done now anyway. So
I'm done as well, but I'm sitting here.
Yeah. So no, I'm going to go and do that and have some food and.
Okay.
Right, but no, I'll see you all hopefully next week. I'll be able to show you off my tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it's not scabby by then. It might be scabby come Tuesday.
All right. Take care.
Night, Horlixs.
Yeah, take care, everyone. Thank you all in chat, and see you all next time.
Okay, good night.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you are into the CVs, Dave, in the old days.
I used to be.
Yeah, I've always fancied trying to get me amateur license.
CQ, CQ, DX.
And the radios are dead cheap nowadays for ham.
Yeah.
And the foundation license, 35 quid, and it doesn't. I've been looking stuff on YouTube with it. It doesn't look a hard course compared to what it used to be.
No, yeah, I mean,
just to get me foundation.
We used to have a home base and a mobile.
Yeah, I was the same. No, I just want to get on the VHF wave bands with a handset.
I CQDX in.
It would be hard to do that, get on a short wave here, because putting a short wave antenna up in a flat is not easy because it's massive.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's a long stretch away, and it'd be finding to get it out the window and finding to detach it to somewhere outside.
Absolutely.
So I was just thinking of handset on a VHF band. It's
Yeah.
I can carry with us, and when I'm sitting in the allotment, talk to people. When I'm on night shift, maybe talk to people.
Yeah, good idea. CB actually died off, didn't it? Quite badly.
Yes. CB still isn't the same.
No.
You still get the Muppets on, at least with amateur radio.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got to go through the correct is it the RGB and get your license?
Something like that, yeah.
You get your code name, like I think when it's a foundation, it's an M1, so I might be like M1DG, something like that.
Yeah.
You've got to call that out all the time.
Yeah.
Couple of bits of chat. D. Harris says evening, Lindsay, and D. Harris says night, Alex.
Yeah, we go more now with CB. We had a mini metro at the time with a twig on it. That was fun.
Well, I lived in New Wigan Hall at the time, which is just down the road from us here, and I had a home base, and I had one hell of an antenna up.
Yeah.
I had it so high, the airport was picking it up on the radar. I got a knock on the door. Ask it to drop it 20 feet. The airport, because around here we're not very far from the airport. We're only about 4 miles.
Absolutely, yeah. You're not far at all, are you?
No, and apparently all of a sudden they were getting this bip on the radar and they didn't know what it was, and then tracked it down. It was my flipping aerial.
Could you imagine it if they'd have tuned in, Geordie Dave talking away?
True, yeah. I'll tell you what, if you get a good radio with the aircraft frequencies, you can listen to them brilliant, yeah.
Yeah.
So the radio I'm after, because they're coming dead cheap now, these radios. The radio I'm after it's got dual bands on, so you can talk on the ham bands,
yeah,
and receive the air bands and ordinary radio station.
Sounds interesting, that.
It's a hobby I was into, and I wouldn't mind getting back into it again. Too many hobbies to trouble with me, though.
Well, yeah, I'm the same. But,
have you watched any of your allotment videos, Dave?
No, I haven't watched any for a little while.
So you'll not have seen where we're up to. I've just put another one out. Well, I've just edited another one.
I think the last one I saw was about 4 weeks ago.
There's one be going out later, probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've just edited it, and I've put it up on YouTube, but I don't put it straight out, so I give it a time for it to. I'll leave it in the private section for a bit.
What was you doing? I think you was doing something with the shed.
What, pulling the shed down?
Yeah, was that about 4 weeks ago?
That was longer than that. Might have been on video, I would see it. Unless because Danny pulled the shed down, we're moving a lot of the shed timber down, so it could have been that.
Yeah,
Sorting the shed timber out.
could have been that one.
Because I don't know if you seen it where I've moved the polytunnel
No,
and I've put a load of black down.
no.
And then there's another one where where the neighbour burnt all me black stuff with a fire. I've just renewed all that. I've renewed all that and put the water butts back up and made a proper water butt station.
Yeah. So I think I've got about 4 weeks to catch up on, or four episodes, I think.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get down today, so I'll go down tomorrow. I've got this this gimbal to try out for me phone to keep the phone steady.
Yeah.
I've got that to try out to see what it's like. I got that at a bargain.
I'm going to say they should be good, shouldn't they, them gimbals?
Yeah. Well, this one was on TikTok for 79 quid.
Because
I stuck it in the TikTok basket and forgot about it. And then I got an email off them saying I can have it for 42 quid. Right?
Oh, wow. Bargain. Yeah. Bargain.
So I'm going to
use
see
them on drones, don't they?
They use them on what?
Drones.
No. What you
Gimbal.
doing? Where is it? I'll show you.
Or is it model aircraft, remote control aircraft? Something that takes the shake out of them.
Yeah, you hand hold it. Julian's I don't know where Julian's put it. She's been packing stuff away.
Yeah, I think drones have got gimbals on.
Yeah, drones have got them in so that they're built into the drone so it drops it. Well, this is like a handheld device.
Yeah.
It's got a stand on so you can stand it.
Yeah.
And so when you put your phone on, it Bluetooths to your phone. It keeps your phone balanced, and so if you go down, it'll go down smoothly. It tries to keep it smooth. And what else it's got on is you put it on its stand, put face tracking, and it'll follow you.
Yeah. They really are good, aren't they?
And you can use your hands to give it commands for record and follow. Yeah.
I watched somebody on the East Coast who does he does like coastal erosion along the East Coast, and oh my goodness me, it's brilliant. And
I think a lot of YouTubers use them.
Yeah, he's got one on his drone and top-notch gimbal. It really is a top-notch one, and it works absolutely perfectly. You know, there's no shaking or anything. So
I can't fly a drone around here.
Too many houses or something, or
no? I'm in 5 miles of Newcastle Airport. There's already been a thing on TNT television about people flying drones in the area around. You've got to get permission of the Civil Aviation Authority.
Yeah, fire zone and what have you. Yeah. So there's no restriction like that round here. But we do have a lot of military aircraft coming over when there's a lot of training going on, which there is a lot of training going on at the minute because of what's happening in the world.
Yeah. No, as I say, we're within the 5 mile limit of the airport.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there was a thing on TNT the other night about it. That's the air. You've got to get permission of the Civil Aviation
Authorities, to fly or not, yeah.
And I suppose you've got to check into them to see when you're going to fly it, so that they make sure there's any aircraft in the area.
Yeah, yeah. They'll have a ceiling height as well, which they'll have to go to.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame, because I would have liked the one for around the allotment.
Yeah.
But that's still in the zone.
Yeah.
It's probably just on the edge of the zone, but it's still in it.
It's still in it, is it? Yeah. Gotta hope that's set. Oh, I don't like waiting for glue to set.
But what I've been watching some videos on using your iPhone for filming and with a gimbal on.
Yeah.
You can put it on a long stick and you can pretend you're a drone.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's flexible. So you put it on a long stick and move it up, the camera point down.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you can just slowly walk along the garden, which I've got to try.
Yeah.
I've got a large monopod. I'm going to stick it on that and hold it up, and then see if I can do a drone shot of the garden.
Yeah.
Once I get used to using it, I've got to get used to using the gimbal first.
Yeah, yeah.
Bit more chat. We've got Steve131 who says, "One hopes you're burning plenty of electricity at Master Sir JJ the PlayStation." He also says, "Evening all." So evening, Steve.
Good evening, Steve.
Lindsey's Build says, "Hello, D and Steve." And Steve says, "At Lindsey's Builds, evening, sir."
Good evenings. Oh.
No, we're busy. The shed's down. We're just going to pull the base up.
Yeah.
Clear the land around it, and that's where I want to put a 6 meter polytunnel up.
Yeah. Have you got any plans to grow anything special in there?
Well, it's going to be mainly for tomatoes and all that, and I want to put a drip irrigation system, and that runs off solar power.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Because at the moment it's go and do all the time and water it.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from, because I used to do that with our greenhouse. It used to be a pain in the backside, watering the greenhouse every day, morning and night. And we was going to get one of them drip systems in.
Well,
anyway, the wind paid to our greenhouse.
They're not that expensive now.
No, I would imagine they're not. You know,
Certainly.
I'm talking about the 1990s when we had a greenhouse, like.
Which you can get one for about £30 up over.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll do 15 pots.
Yeah.
You get the solar panel, and built into the solar panel is the pump, or you can get them with a separate pump.
Yeah.
And you drop these two wires into your water butt, which that gives you it gives an alarm if the water goes too low.
Yeah.
Plus you drop what you call it in for siphoning your water out.
Yeah.
And then you use this just to set your timer. Then put all your bits in. So I've been watching people with them on YouTube.
Yeah.
But this is great because we can't get down all the time. And I've already lost 2 tomato plants.
That's the problem, is that, you know, you've not always got the time to go down, have you, and water up, like. We had exactly the same thing, you know. I was out at work and
Yeah,
didn't have the time to.
you've got to get more plants in case, because you're always going to lose them.
Yeah, yeah.
That did my mum's head in. My dad bought a really expensive greenhouse just to grow tomatoes in it.
Well, I don't just want to do tomato. I like to do chilies, peppers, I say tomatoes, and if you've got you know, you can't grow sort of greens during the winter if you do it properly and you've got fleeces and all that to put over the top. It doesn't have to be heated.
Yeah.
You got this massive greenhouse, and all I ever grew in it was tomatoes. And my mum was like, "Why have you just bought it just to do tomatoes in it?"
I wouldn't mind a greenhouse as well, so that'll help start plants off.
Oh, like a potting greenhouse, yeah.
Yeah. So much just like a 6x4. I found a spot where I'll put that, and use that with shelves and all that in to start plants off.
Yeah. Dad used to grow a grapevine in his greenhouse.
Yeah, there's a lot of people do. Something I've never thought of.
Yeah, he had loads of grapes on it as well. It was
Don't
fantastic.
you grow the vine out, the root pot outside and bring it under?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I remember him doing something like that.
Did you know the grapes that we buy from the supermarket and stuff are actually genetically modified grapes?
I think most foods are now,
because they don't have seeds in them.
Yeah, I think most foods are GM foods now.
They're actually classed as genetically modified grapes.
Yeah,
because everybody doesn't want the seeds in them.
Well, it's like
that's why I like growing my own stuff.
Yeah, it's like your corn crops now, wheat, and all that. That's all GM crops now. I mean, I can remember him saying we didn't want it at one time. We didn't want anything that was GM crops. Well, everything's GM crops now.
But it's for full food chains, chemically treated.
Yeah, you look at all your wheat. Well, let's take wheat for instance. Wheat is a GM modified crop, and that's because original wheat was about 3 foot tall. And you go to a typical wheat field now, and it's like just over a foot tall, just over 12 inches tall, 12 to 14 inches it is, and it's GM modified to obviously be short and to grow more crop on it than what it does to grow stubble on it.
When you grow yourself some tomatoes and compare them with shop tomatoes, the ones you've grown yourself are better.
Oh yeah, much better, Dave. I do agree with you there.
We've got strawberries grown, and I tell you what, I've picked a couple off, and they're flipping gorgeous compared to what you get from the shops.
Yeah, well, I mean that's why I like our pears and apples more than shop bought.
That's what I want to get in next, a pear tree. I've got an apple tree, and I wouldn't mind getting a pear tree in.
Our pear tree, touch wood, is doing very, very well so far, but it has had a lot of June drop.
Our apple tree didn't do well last year, but it's really budding now this year.
Yeah, well, we got to the stage where there was growing very well, and then we got them bad winds, didn't we? And it knocked them all off.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out in the garden, I was practically crying because I was thinking, oh my God, everything was on the grass.
No, say it properly. You were crying because you finally found a recipe to do something with the pears and you weren't getting a good crop.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that was correct. I couldn't do me lovely recipe.
I tell you what, though, we rhubarb, flipping hell, that just does well all the time, that stuff.
Oh, well, we've had a bad year with rhubarb this year, believe it or not, and I don't know why.
Mine's been coming up, but it hasn't been as thick as last year's.
Yeah, this hasn't been as thick, hasn't ours, and it's like it's finished very quickly as well, you know, rather than hanging around.
Mine hasn't finished yet.
Yeah, this is ours.
It's not as thick.
Yeah,
as it was. I don't know if it's because we've had that heat spell.
could be. Yeah, could be, Dave. Could be the weather that's
you know, that early heat spell we had, and it's
put them off, hasn't it?
Because I think once I chop the rhubarb down this time, I think that'll be it finished.
Yeah.
Get some compost and cover it for next season.
Yeah,
Plus, I don't know if you found the same, but the rhubarb did come up a little bit earlier this year.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And it could have been that and all because it's come up too early.
That's right. Yeah, it could.
It got then got hit with frosts.
Yeah, there was a late frost, wasn't there? Touch these bits up.
But we have had still had some good crops on it. But as I say, I've noticed that there's not as much of it has been in thick stemmed as it has been.
Yeah. Right, let's put that there for a second. That's all right, that doesn't want another coat. Let that dry and see if it wants. Oh, it definitely wants another coat there. Yes, indeed. What time are we?
8:52.
Oh, not so bad.
I'm done. I'm just waiting for stuff to dry. There's not really much to show, just where I've painted. So,
I'll tell you what.
Coming to me.
No point coming to you. I'll go to myself first before I go to you. Right. Well, unfortunately, I can't finish mine because there's a part missing to fit on the top of there. So I've emailed them. That said I should get the part within 48 hours. So hopefully next week I'll be able to finish it because there's the front wheels and that's ready to go in. The front seats. The part that's missing is that part there. If you can see, it's got 3 things on and a curve down. You only got 2 of them. And as I say, I've only gotten 1. I've searched all around to see if I hadn't dropped it, but I couldn't because everything's been kept in this box and I'm just getting them out when I wanted them.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been packed. But it'll give us something to do next week.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right, what am I going to have to go and look for next week? But now if that part comes, it's going to give us a chance to finish it off next week. So that's all I've done up to now.
Okay, well, if you want to come to me, I've got pick this up without getting paint all over myself. So I've got all the back handrail and the board done. So, and I've got it painted red. I'm just waiting for it to dry, obviously. So, and there is an advert board that goes on in the middle, which I'm putting on in the middle, and then it'll have adverts on it. So it's all painted red. And as I say, the handrail itself, I've made it so that it curves around with the steps rather than square.
So is that the Root Master red?
No, this is the XF. So this is the XF7 flat red. Is this red? The Root Master red's X7, isn't it? Isn't it the shiny one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is the dull red. So it's what I've done with all the rest of the parts with all these little bits here and what have you. So and the steps and the other side of the steps and whatever. So yeah,
So
but that's
what scale's that?
1/24.
1/24.
1/24, yeah.
The one I built was smaller,
Yeah.
but mine got knackered in the move.
So, well, this is very, very delicate. Even though it's made out of wood, it's still very delicate. So it's getting nearer, and as I say, I like the fact that it carries around with the stairs. I don't like the fact that it's supposedly square on the instructions. I'd rather have some shape to it. So, because I think it just makes it just a bit.
So will that be made of wood? Is it still an old model from?
Yes, yeah. The stairs and everything would have been made of wood. It would have had a brass handrail, and then it would have had a tin.
Is it a model that came out a lot of years ago?
No,
modern tooling model.
No, I think it's a modern tooling model. I don't exactly know how old it is. Ochre. Let's see if I can find a build date on it. I don't think I can, to be honest. I'm sort of saying it'll be 20 years old, I should think, will they?
The plastic one I built was a vintage thing.
Well, the plastic one was, yeah, 1970s, 1980s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well old was that. I'd imagine this is 20 years old at the most. Oh, what's happened? Am I still there?
Yeah.
Am I still there? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just glanced across at my screen and it gone blank. So, yeah, I would imagine it's only 20 years old. I'd imagine it's only about 20 years old at the most. So, but you can still get it anyway, the ochre one. And as I say, 1/24 scale, and it'll do me, won't that?
So if you had to replace parts like the
okay, so
brass,
that's me.
So if you had to replace parts like the brass for the handles,
No, it's just as it came out of the box. Just shaped them and
I wouldn't mind building another one.
Ochre. So that's the box.
I'll have to look out for that.
The neck. Oh goodness me, come on.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind building another one.
They'll say 1/24 scale, so, and it has a lot of metal. I mean, most of this is wood, but it has a lot of metal parts. So, because the chassis is mostly wood, it's got like metal pins in it. So, yeah, it's a very good model. A bit fiddly, and you know, you need something a bit more structural for the windows, because the windows are very temperamental, especially if you put your fingers near them, they just go straight through. So, but yeah, the next thing I'm on to actually is the adverts on the side here, and then I'm back onto the chassis. So next week I'll be back onto the chassis.
You get the engine built, no?
Yeah, you get the engine to build. Yeah, it's all cast parts on the engine. So it's going to be quite a heavy model when it's done, because let me just show you. I mean, they're the metal bits. You know, the wheels and axles and radiators and mud guards and steering wheel and bonnet and everything else. So they're all metal bits. So, and yeah, they need painting and everything, of course. And much of the bodywork needs painting, but you get these decals that stick on the sides, so you don't have to mess around too much.
Yeah, it looks like it's the same decals that went on the.
Yeah, they're the same type, apart from these are stick on.
The No, but the advertising is the same.
Yeah, the advertising is the same. D-Wars and Okies. Yeah, Okies knife polish. Yeah.
Do you get another bar that goes across the middle, across the window that's got where it stops?
No, I don't think so.
On the plastic one you did.
No, I don't think so. It actually looks better when you view it from the side, doesn't it?
Mm.
On the front.
Front looks alright. The decals on the top.
Yeah, they set it off, don't they? Yeah, it's not so bad. I think it'll look all right once it's in the cabinet. And once I'm not touching it anymore.
Yeah, just never move.
No.
Mine got, as I say, mine didn't survive the wood. It was fragile as it was because it would have been old plastic.
Yeah.
It took some gluing together. It just,
Yeah.
and it just didn't survive the move. I tried to pack it as neat as possible, but
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get some more different glue for the metal, definitely. So, for the metal parts. I can put the chassis on it. The chassis just slips on, but it wants gluing on, does that? Really, but I just make it so I can take the chassis off so I can handle it better, if you know what I
did you get any
mean.
figures?
No, there's no figures with it.
Pity.
No, there's no figures with it.
Would have been nice with the driver on and the conductor at the back.
Yeah, I would have thought it would be, but no, there's no figures. No, I haven't seen any anyway. So
Yeah,
but
with the plastic one, you got some figures.
Yeah, they'll be too small for that one though.
Are we going to get cameras up?
Well, the plastic one, 1/72 scale of figures were tiny.
Yeah. You want to go? What cameras up? Did you say?
Yeah, well, I have.
Yeah.
Come on, where's my camera? Is it going to work?
I clicked the wrong one, didn't I?
I haven't checked this one tonight because I just came straight on. Let's have a look. There we are. Oh, I've got lines across me.
Yeah, well, at least StreamYard's working again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main, isn't it? Yeah, that's the main.
That was weird that night when you and Danno went on and couldn't get out, and you were still talking on StreamYard and we couldn't even get in any other one. When you sent the link out.
No, it's strange, isn't it? It's very strange. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll end. It's 4 minutes past 9. I'll end the show. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back next week hopefully without any problems.
Yeah.
And so I'll say good night, and I'll leave it for these guys to say good night. And Mark, will you end the show?
Yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night. Take care now.
Bye.